Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India News Hour, India's voice to the world. I am Anil Thomas. Coming up in the next hour. Indian Army Chief General Manoj Pandey assures that border situation is stable yet sensitive. Operational preparedness is very high and deployment is both robust and balanced. Second day of vibrant Gujarat Global Summit, India Inc. backed Prime Minister Modi's push with pledges worth over 10 lakh crore expected to come. Nick Haley and Ron DeSantis trade barbs over Ukraine in the Iowa Republican presidential debate. Frontrunner Donald Trump skips yet again. Ecuador declares state of emergency. Curfew imposed for 60 days from 2300 hours to 5 a.m. daily. Police detain another Los Labos criminal leader during raids. And global renewable energy capacity surged by 50%, led by the US, EU and India. Solar panels and wind energy hold the key to tackling climate change. In an annual press briefing, Indian Army Chief General Manoj Pandey said that north and border situation is stable yet sensitive, and we continue to operate with other agencies and state administration.
As far as the situation on the northern borders goes, I would say the situation is stable yet sensitive. We continue to talk both at the military level as well as the diplomatic level as per the established protocols and procedures to find resolution to the balance issues which remain. Our operational preparedness in these areas continues to be of a very high level, and our deployment is both robust as well as balanced.
Indian Army Chief General Manoj Pandey also said that we are committed to boosting more infrastructure in border areas.
We continue to focus on our capability development initiatives, especially along our borders, including induction of modern technologies, disruptive niche technologies, as also focusing on infrastructure development in these areas, be it the road connectivity. We continue to operate with other government agencies who are also operating in these areas, as also the state administration, to better achieve the desired outcomes.
General Manoj Pandey also said that a year of 2023 saw low levels of cross-border violence, except for some places, and also the situation in Northeast has improved.
The last year, or 2023, did witness overall drop in violence levels. However, the area of Rajouri-Poonch did witness increased in terrorist activities. The proxy tanzeems operating in this area, however, continue to get support from the across. The Northeast has witnessed positive developments in the last 1 year because of the proactive policies of the government, the peace talks. You have had 2 major peace accords that have been signed. The violence parameters overall have come down.
The Army Chief emphasized the importance of self-reliance in procurement of weapons for the Army. He said Army has been inducting new technologies.
And again, I am happy to say, in terms of niche disruptive technologies, as part of the emergency procurement provision which was granted to us by the government, we have been able to induct some very useful, some new technologies. Most of them are already deployed in our forward units, our field formations. Alongside this was our commitment to Atmanirbharta, because that was the lesson that we drew from the ongoing conflicts, and I think that needs no elaboration here.
Well, the Army Chief, General Manoj Pandey, in his annual briefing that takes place every year, talking about the situation, especially in the northern part of India, that continues to be stable yet sensitive, talking about how, when it comes to self-reliance for the Army, many steps being taken, also spoke about 9 steps with regards to many regions that he spoke about. He spoke about how 9 points being outlined there by the General, which includes an emphasis, especially when it comes to outreach to the local population and respect for human rights, both which are crucial message, especially considering the prevailing situations there in the valley. With regards to other things, multiple terror attacks there being tried in Poonch and Rajouri, and we've got our correspondent Nandita Dracker, who tracked that presser for us, joining us this afternoon on News Hour. Nandita, good afternoon. Nandita, let me begin by asking with regards to,
Anil.
The Army Chief talking about especially, the role of adversaries in aiding terror in Jammu and Kashmir with regards to Rajouri in particular, and also Poonch district that the Army Chief spoke about. What have been the steps that the Indian Army has taken, especially in bringing about peace in that particular region?
Yes, Anil. Primarily, the Army Chief said that there has been, although there has been a decrease in the number of cross-border firing and cross-border infiltration incidents in J&K across the line of control or the LOC from Pakistan-occupied Kashmir. But he still said that Poonch and Rajouri are sensitive districts where we've seen recent encounters and several of our army men also martyred and several terrorists also killed. He said that that is the army, is boosting its human intelligence, that is its ear, to hold its ears to the ground, and also infusing new technology in terms of intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance with very smart weapons like unmanned aerial vehicles, also known as drones colloquially. So that is something, and he also said that we are revamping our artillery with new munitions, which is making it more lethal and more accurate. So these are some of the measures that he listed. He also said that we are again taking the Awam or the local populace of Poonch and Rajouri and other affected districts in hand with Project Sadbhavna, that is goodwill operations with them, like opening schools, hospitals, running these community development programs with them, the women, the children, so to win over the hearts and minds. That is something that the Army Chief said. As far as China is concerned, he also in this press conference, very importantly, he said that the borders with China in the line of actual control with Ladakh are actually sensitive but stable. He said that the Indian Army has adopted a robust posture on the line of actual control or LAC with the Chinese army, and he also said that with the other government agencies and other humanitarian agencies, the Indian Army is currently holding these dialogues with the Chinese PLA or People's Liberation Army, and they hope to go to status quo ante only if the conditions are met that are put forward by the Indian side and the negotiation is reached.
Okay.
Anil?
Nandita, also, bring us the latest, especially when it comes to the Indo-Myanmar border that the Army Chief spoke about as an area of concern.
Yes. He said he very flagged it because we have seen unrest in the Indian northeastern state of Manipur, Anil, in the past 5 to 6 months, beginning May last year. So you know that we have been seeing infiltration from Myanmar, which is actually an ongoing process because the borders were porous. But the army chief said that considering that the state of Manipur is on the boil and there are tensions between communities over there and there could be potential smuggling of arms, weapons, etc. And of course unwanted elements. He said that we have adopted a robust deployment, a robust posture on the Myanmar border with Manipur and also on the other state. There are about 20 units of Assam rifles which have been deployed there, and with the help of new techniques and talking with their Myanmarese counterparts, the Burmese counterparts, they hope to bring that infiltration down. And they said that we are actually cognizant of this issue, and we are actually hoping that it can be brought down to a minimum, the illegal infiltration.
Nandita, quick word on disruptive technologies that the Army chief highlighted about how it's become the new arena for strategic competition. How is India geared up, especially to tackle these disruptive technologies that have suddenly become the new, if I may use the word, new strategic warfare, that's been played out today?
Yes, Anil, actually, he said that India is a nation which is on the move, on the rise, and as a nation which is progressing economically by leaps and bounds. It's actually its national interests become sovereign, and protecting them, it becomes even more important. So the Indian Army is now a tool for the Indian nation building, as it has always been, and disruptive technologies leveraging India's R&D power in the academia, in the industry, and of course coupled with the Indian government's plan of Made in India or Atmanirbhar Bharat, which means translated to English, self-reliant India. And that is something that he's saying that we have completely, in fact 2024 is going to be the year where we will be seeing technology infusion. He has actually said in his press conference, highlighted that 2024 will be marked or observed as a year of technology infusion, wherein products or innovative technologies will be incorporated. And he said that several new technologies have already been incorporated in 2022 and 23 in the Indian Army, such as robots, or in the field of artificial intelligence, quantum computing. He also listed something called a very secure mobile telephony for the Indian Army personnel, which he says is cyber secure, is very difficult to hack, and it is very, very suited to the needs of the Indian Army. So this has actually been the demo project, or the pilot project has already been rolled out, and in this coming year this will be rolled out.
Okay, 2024 going to be the year of technology upgradation. We'll leave it there. Nandita Daga, our correspondent, DD India correspondent, giving us the latest on the Army Chief annual press briefing. Moving on, day 2 of vibrant Gujarat Global Summit, which is underway in Gandhinagar, the city of Gujarat. Education Minister Dharmendra Pradhan today delivered the inaugural address at the seminar on building workforces for future development of skills for Industry 4.0. He said India's transformational journey under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi will make our youth future ready. He added that India is becoming a manufacturing hub.
भारत तेजी से दुनिया की मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हब बनने के लिए तैयारी कर रहा है और गुजरात उसकी लीड स्टेट है। मैन्युफैक्चरिंग हब बनने के लिए जो 2-3 इंग्रेडिएंट्स चाहिए, अच्छे पॉलिसीज चाहिए, अच्छे मार्केट एक्सेसिबिलिटी चाहिए, ऐसे ही क्वालिटी मैन पावर भी चाहिए। बिना स्किल डेवलपमेंट ये संभव नहीं है। स्किल के ऊपर जोर दिया जा रहा है, जिसके कारण अर्थनीति और मजबूत होगी। हुनर लोग रहेंगे, स्किल्ड लोग रहेंगे, तब इकोनॉमी में गति आएगी, इकोनॉमी की प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी बढ़ेगी।
While Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman addressed a seminar on Gift City, an aspiration of modern India in Gandhinagar, Gujarat, she said the government of India has taken a very clear position on strengthening shipbuilding activities in India.
Currently, in the IFSC, we have 3 exchanges, including International Bullion Exchange. There are 25 banks operating within the IFSC, of which 9 are foreign banks. IFSC also has attracted 26 aircraft lessors who have collectively leased out 136 assets. The Government of India has taken a very clear position that we will strengthen shipbuilding activities in India, and towards that, therefore holding leasing entities here in GIFT City, we'll be able to access global finance for it easily and use the building capacities of our yards, shipping yards.
Notably, day 1 of the vibrant Gujarat Global Summit on Wednesday saw industry captains pledging investments worth over 2.38 lakh crore rupees. The announcements were mostly made in the sectors of green mobility, renewable energy and semiconductors. The leaders promising the investment lauded Prime Minister for his vision and for creating an institutionalized framework that has made this into a global event. Education plays a key role for the overall development, and when it comes to Global South, it becomes all the more important. DD India correspondent Vishal Baristo spoke to the students of Papua New Guinea and Niger at the vibrant Gujarat Global Summit in the Indian city of Gandhinagar. Let's listen in.
When we talk about the future, education plays a very important role. I have with me some students from Papua New Guinea and Niger. Let's talk to them and find out. What's your name?
Cynthia.
Cynthia, Papua New Guinea and India. How do you see things?
I see India is it's developing very rapidly, very fast, unlike my country, and it's a very big challenge. And it's a very big challenge for me, being here in Gujarat and seeing what's happening in reality, because I'm proud that I'm here now, set foot in Gujarat, India. I am very much privileged, and I'm happy to the Prime Minister of India for the privilege, because you see, for me to come here on my own, it's worth much, but the government of India sponsored me, and I am now here, connecting with the people outside, and that's real. It's reality. It speaks the volume of what the government of India is doing. He's connecting the country, and now I'm here, sponsoring me, and I'm here now seeing this summit. Thank you.
And do you know that recently our Prime Minister was there in Papua New Guinea also, visited your country?
I just watched YouTube today. I think he visited my country because he's trying to help my country. I believe so. He's trying to help my country because knowing that my Prime Minister, James Marape, he mentioned something that when the Prime Minister landed and set foot on the airport, my Prime Minister bended down and touched his knee. It symbolizes that your Prime Minister can really appreciate and can really go down to the level of my country and get the people to grow. Everyone, no one is left behind, and I am happy.
No one is left behind, and there you heard from Papua New Guinea. India believes in one earth, one family, one future. With cameraman Jagmohan in Gandhinagar, this is Vishal Baristo for DD India.
Well, still to come on DD India News Hour. Vivek Ramaswamy running out of steam as he fails to qualify for Republican presidential debate. Peru rules out closing borders with Ecuador amid emergency due to spiraling violence. And US urges China to not interfere in Taiwan elections.
Voice of a rising aspirational world. Stories of challenges, struggles and accomplishment. A world battling conflict, hunger and poverty. Embracing growth, development, science and technology. A voice of progress, a voice of unity. Watch Voice of the Global South with me, Akshay Dongre, only on DD India.
You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Anil Thomas. Getting you the latest on the Republican presidential debate. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and former U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, traded barbs as they try to emerge as the leading alternative to former President Donald Trump. DeSantis and Haley accused each other of lying about their records. They were making their case before Republican voters of Iowa, who will choose their preferred nominee on Monday. Meanwhile, Donald Trump, who's the frontrunner for the Republican nomination, has said that he has chosen his pick for the vice president.
Who would be in the running for vice president?
Well, I can't tell you that, really. I mean, I know who it's going to be.
Give us a hint.
I'll give you, we'll do another show sometime.
Well, what about any of the people who you've run against? Would you be open to mending fences with any of them?
I will. I've already started to like Christie better.
Well, Trump critic and former New Jersey Governor Christie has ended his bid for the 2024 Republican presidential nomination. According to a poll, Christie had the support of just 2% of Republicans. Christie had called the former president unfit for office, saying that he was morally responsible for the January 6th Capitol riots in 2020. However, during his final campaigning, Christie mounted attacks on former U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, saying that she had no chance of winning. Meanwhile, Vivek Ramaswamy was notably absent from the debate on Wednesday. According to reports, Ramaswamy failed to qualify for the debate due to low poll numbers. The absence has raised doubts over the future of his presidential campaign. Shifting focus, authorities in Ecuador have made over 300 arrests as the country remains under a state of emergency and curfew amid a dramatic surge in gang violence. Those arrested include a leader of the Los Labos gang. Authorities said that a dynamite was recovered from his house. President Daniel Noboa declared 22 criminal gangs terrorist groups, making them official military targets. He also said that Ecuador was in a state of war with gangs who are holding more than 130 prison staff hostage.
It is a non-international armed conflict. We are fighting for a national peace. We are also fighting against terrorist groups, which today number more than 20,000 people. We will not give in to the stupid things that they are used to doing. They, I mean the terrorists who are in these prisons. It is difficult, it is hard, and I also sympathize with the families of the kidnapped officials. We are in a state of war and we cannot give in to these terrorist groups.
The United States have also extended their help to the South American country. According to the White House spokesman, John Kirby, the United States is monitoring the situation and is willing to cooperate with the Ecuadorian government to deal with the violence. Though Kirby has ruled out the possibilities of any U.S. military support.
Well, so first of all, our concern is over the violence and seeing that stops. And as you saw from Mr. Sullivan's tweet, we strongly condemn these recent attacks, and we are committed to helping support security and prosperity for the people of Ecuador. I would just say, look, we're monitoring this situation. We're willing to take concrete steps to improve our cooperation with the government of Ecuador as they begin to deal with the violence and the stressors on the population that this violence has occurred. And I think I'll just leave it at that.
Amidst the wave of violence in Ecuador, its neighboring country Peru has also put their guards up. Peruvian police have strengthened its operation on its bordering northwestern city of Tumbes on Wednesday. According to a Peruvian commander, 400 agents were deployed to the border along with another 60 officers from Peru Special Operations National Direction. More reinforcements is also expected later in the day. However, the Peruvian government has made it very clear that they are not going to close their borders. Iranian authorities have arrested 35 people in relation to the Jan 3rd attack in the southeastern city of Kerman. According to intelligence military, it had identified one of the two suicide bombers as a national of Tajikistan who entered Iran illegally on December 19th. More information will be released at a later date, but about the second suicide bomber, the ministry said, adding that the arrests have been carried out in several Iranian provinces. The Islamic State claimed responsibility on Jan 4th for the attack that killed nearly 100 people and wounded 284 at a memorial for top commander Qasem Soleimani. Tehran has promised revenge for the bloodiest such attack since the 1979 Islamic Revolution. On Thursday, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken left Tel Aviv and proceeded to Cairo for a meeting with Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. The previous day, Blinken visited Ramallah in the West Bank, engaging with Palestinian leaders, which include Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas, discussing matters of authority in the Israeli-occupied West Bank. This marks his fourth visit to the region since the commencement of the conflict on December 7th. The UN Security Council has demanded that Yemen's Houthis immediately end attack on ships in the Red Sea, calling navigational rights and freedom in the Red Sea a global challenge.
The threat to navigational rights and freedoms in the Red Sea is a global challenge that necessitates a global response. The basic principle of freedom of navigation is at stake, and the Houthis and anyone who enables them need to hear a clear message from this council. These attacks must stop.
Well, the Israel-Hamas attack, the attack on Israel took place on October 7th. Security Council, meanwhile, in a resolution also called on the Houthis to release the Galaxy Leader, a Japanese-operated vehicle carrier linked to an Israeli businessman, along with its 25% crew.
The Houthis have repeatedly attacked commercial vessels with advanced weaponry, such as anti-ship ballistic missiles, drones, and small boats. The Houthis have also seized the Japanese-operated Galaxy Leader and continues to hold the ship and its crew for nearly 50 days. Once again, we strongly demand the Houthis to release the vessel and its crew immediately and unconditionally.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said there will be consequences for continued attacks on in the Red Sea by Yemeni Houthis. Blinken accused Iran of aiding Houthis' Red Sea attacks and also called for Iran to stop supporting the rebel group.
We've been clear with more than 20 other countries that if this continues, as it did yesterday, there will be consequences, and I'm going to leave it at that. These attacks have been aided and abetted by Iran with technology, equipment, intelligence, information, and they are having a real-life impact on people.
Shifting focus, a top White House official met on Wednesday with a senior Chinese official and two discussions over tensions over Taiwan and the South China Sea. The meeting took place in Washington, and the two officials also discussed other global issues, which include the Middle East and Russia's conflict with Ukraine. They reaffirmed support for continued high-level diplomacy and interactions between the United States and China. Let's take a look at other stories making news around the world. More than 300 people have died as a result of flooding that has affected the Democratic Republic of Congo and Congo Republic in recent months, as the Congo River has reached the highest level in more than 60 years, according to authorities. A man accused of killing a South Korean tourist during a robbery last week in Guam was found dead from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. alleged gateway driver has been arrested and is facing multiple charges, including murder and robbery. Still to come on DD India News Hour. Atal Setu is an engineering marvel with earthquake resistance system, noise silencers and lots more. 3,400% rise in Lakshadweep surge after Prime Minister Modi's visit. India and Turkey see positive growth in real wages in the ILO yearly outlook. You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Anil Thomas. A quick recap of the headlines. Indian Army Chief General Manoj Pandey assures that the border situation is stable yet sensitive. Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit sees India Inc. back Prime Minister Modi's push with pledges worth over 10 lakh crore expected to come. Global renewable energy capacity surges by 50% led by the US, EU and India. Solar panels and wind energy hold the key to tackle climate change. In Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasinas' new cabinet comprises of 25 ministers and 11 state ministers and is set to be sworn in on Thursday evening. On Wednesday, the president invited the Awami League president and incumbent prime minister, Sheikh Hasina, to form the government. Hasina's party, Awami League, backed a landslide victory in the parliament polls held on Sunday. This will be her fourth consecutive term and total fifth term as prime minister of Bangladesh. A total of 15 ministers, 13 state ministers and 2 deputy ministers have not so far been called to take oath for joining the Bangladesh new cabinet. Portfolios will be known today after the oath ceremony. Indian President Draupadi Murmu conferred the Swachhata Sarvekshan Awards in New Delhi on Monday. Indian city of Indore backed the award for the cleanest city of India for the 7th time, with Surat emerging as a joint winner for the first time. The results of the 8th edition of the Urban Cleanliness Survey was released on Thursday. The government claims it to be the world's largest urban cleanliness survey. In the category of best performing states in Swachh Sarvekshan Awards 2023, Maharashtra bagged the top rank, followed by Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. The bustling city of Mumbai, India's Mumbai, is all set to witness an addition to its infrastructure with the inauguration of the Mumbai Trans-Harbour Link. As the latest development in the city's ongoing modernization efforts, Mumbaikars can look forward to shorter travel times, reduced traffic congestion and enhanced opportunities for economic growth. Let's take a look at our correspondent Shishir Shela's special report from Mumbai.
In a momentous event, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the much-awaited Mumbai Trans-Harbour Link, marking a significant milestone in city's infrastructure and development. The Mumbai Trans-Harbour Link is an ambitious project connecting Mumbai to Navi Mumbai. This monumental bridge will significantly ease the congestion on the existing routes by offering a direct, uninterrupted route between Severi in South Mumbai to Navasheva in Navi Mumbai. Previously, commuters had to rely on ferries, crowded roads or the lengthy detour via the Vashi Bridge to traverse between these two major hubs. A joint venture between the state-run Maharashtra State Road Development Corporation and private partners, the Mumbai Trans-Harbour Link represents a remarkable collaboration between the public and private sectors. With an estimated cost of around 18,000 crores, this 21.8-kilometer long bridge project has been a vision of the government for several years. The Mumbai Trans-Harbour Link boasts a state-of-art engineering techniques designed to withstand cyclones, high-speed winds and other adverse weather conditions. It comprises a 6-lane highway. A key focus of the Mumbai Trans-Harbour Link project is its commitment to sustainability. The bridge has been designed with eco-friendly principles in mind, minimizing its impact on surrounding environment. The construction process incorporates measures to mitigate ecological disruption, preserving the local flora and fauna. The benefits of the MTHL are expected to extend beyond transportation. It will unlock the economic potential of Navi Mumbai by providing seamless connectivity to the upcoming Navi Mumbai International Airport and Jawaharlal Nehru Port and other growth corridors. The bridge will not only facilitate smoother movement of goods but also create employment opportunities and boost the real estate sector in the surrounding areas.
After obtaining all the necessary permissions in 2018, the actual work of the Mumbai Trans-Harbour Link started in 17 and 18. Now the link is completed in record time and Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the Mumbai Trans-Harbour Link. Well, this link goes from the seaside and connects Mumbai to Navi Mumbai. Earlier, it took almost 1.5 hours to 2 hours to reach from Mumbai to Navi Mumbai, which will now take only few minutes. This will not only save the time, but it will also save the energy and will open up the new economic corridor for both the cities. With camera person Wilson, Shir for DD India, Mumbai.
Well, the visit of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to Lakshadweep has seen a record-breaking surge in online searches for Lakshadweep Islands. The archipelago, famed for its pristine beauty, has seen an unprecedented spike in views on its Wikipedia page, soaring from an average of 102,000 to a staggering 7 lakh views in just 4 days, starting from the 5th of Jan. As per statistics by Google Trends, under the tourist destination category, Lakshadweep saw a major spike in Google searches, particularly on the 8th of Jan, with a 100% jump alone on a single day. Online travel companies claim that a massive 3,400% surge was recorded on on-platform searches with regards to tours and travels to Lakshadweep. The International Energy Agency, that's IEA, has released its Renewables 2023 report on Thursday. In its report, the IEA said that the world added 50% more renewable capacity in 2023 than the previous year, and the next 5 years will see the fastest growth yet. But lack of financing for emerging and developing economies is a key issue. The report forecasts that solar power and onshore wind energy deployment in the next 5 years till 2028 is expected to more than double in the United States, the European Union, India and Brazil compared to the previous 5 years. The IEA expects 3,700 gigawatts of clean energy capacity to be added by 2028 across 130 countries, with solar and wind energy accounting for almost all of it. It's worth noting, though, that India is forecast to add 203 gigawatts of renewable capacity, while the 11 countries that make up the ASEAN are expected to boost capacity by a combined 63 gigawatts. IEA researchers found that price for solar components in 2023 declined by almost 50% year-on-year. The European Union and the United States are the next biggest builders of renewable energy at 429 gigawatts and 337 gigawatts respectively. The report also said that in the year 2023, the role of biofuels has almost also come to the fore. Emerging economies led by Brazil and India are expected to drive 70% of global demand over the next 5 years as biofuels start to show their true potential. In a major advancement to India's healthcare system, the World Health Organization, that's WHO, has included the terminologies used in Ayurveda, Unani, Siddha in the WHO index. The Indian Ayush industry on Wednesday said that the terminology defining diseases in Ayurveda, Unani and Siddha medical systems have been included in the 11th revision of the International Classification of Diseases of the WHO. This will bring global uniformity in Ayurveda, Unani and Siddha medicines as a code to define diseases. An agreement for this classification was earlier signed between WHO and the Ministry of Ayush. The statement said that this effort will further strengthen India's healthcare delivery system, research and Ayush insurance coverage research, along with development and the policy making systems. The growth in the real wages stayed positive in India for the second consecutive year in 2022 after the COVID-19 pandemic. The latest study by the International Labour Organization, that's ILO, which is titled World Employment and Social Outlook, states that along with Turkey, India is the only country among the G20 grouping that saw positive growth in real wages. It said a vast majority of G20 countries' real wages declined because of high inflation despite having low unemployment and positive employment growth. The wages declined the most in Brazil, Italy and Indonesia. The report states that India has contributed to the growth of the South Asian region and global unemployment rates is expected to reach 5.2% in 2024 from the 5.1% seen in 2023. As India walks on the path of development, becoming a safe haven for investors, Indian Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said that India can emerge as a developed country by 2047 with the GDP, that's the gross domestic product, of 30 trillion US dollars, even by a conservative estimate. She also said that India could become the world's third largest economy with GDP of over 5 trillion by 2028. Indian Finance Minister was addressing a seminar at the Vibrant Gujarat Global Summit in Gandhinagar, where she also pointed at the immense investment opportunities India offers. In the run-up to the grand consecration ceremony approaching closer on the 22nd of Jan, the government of the state of Utar Pradesh is ramping up the connectivity to ease the inflow of pilgrims and tourists. Union Minister for Civil Aviation, Jyotiraditya Scindia, and the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, Yogi Adityanath, inaugurated the flight operations of Indigo at the Maharishi Valmiki International Airport. Indigo has now commenced operations effective from Jan 11th, 2024 between Ahmedabad, Gujarat and Ayodhya Dham in Uttar Pradesh, second to the flight operations between Ayodhya and New Delhi, which commenced on the 10th of Jan this year. India's Civil Aviation Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia spoke about flight connectivity between Ayodhya Dham and Ahmedabad.
गुजरात की वाइब्रेंसी और अयोध्या की आध्यात्मिक वाइब्रेंसी और उत्तर प्रदेश की आध्यात्मिक वाइब्रेंसी का ये संगम इस फ्लाइट के द्वारा भी तय किया जाएगा। दोनों ही शहर, जहां एक तरफ प्रधानमंत्री जी के दिल के करीब दोनों राज्य हैं, वहां दोनों ही शहर एक मानक है भारत के समृद्ध इतिहास का, भारत के आकर्षण का, भारत की शक्ति का, भारत की संस्कृति का और भारत की सभ्यता की। और इसलिए आज इस फ्लाइट के आधार पर केवल दो शहरों को नहीं जोड़ा जा रहा है, लेकिन इससे आर्थिक विकास की पहिया को गति दी जाएगी, पर्यटन की पहिए को गति दी जाएगी, धार्मिक क्षमता की पहिए को गति दी जाएगी और पूर्ण रूप से दोनों राज्यों के लोगों और श्रद्धालुओं को जोड़ने को भी एक नवीन गति दी जाएगी।
मैं आभारी हूं आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी का, जिन्होंने उत्तर प्रदेश को चौथा इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट के रूप में महर्षि वाल्मीकि इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट अयोध्या प्रदान किया है। 30 दिसंबर को इस चौथे इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट के उद्घाटन के साथ ही अयोध्या दिल्ली के बीच में वायु सेवा प्रारंभ हुई और आज मेरे लिए अत्यंत प्रसन्नता का क्षण है कि अयोध्या से अहमदाबाद को जोड़ने के लिए एक नई वायु सेवा इंडिगो के द्वारा प्रारंभ की जा रही है।
Well, ahead of the inauguration of the Ram Temple, India's Ayodhya city witnessed a 130% rise in exports in the last 1 year. Data released by the Ministry of Commerce show that Ayodhya's exports across various sectors have soared. This is from 110 crores in 2021-2022 to 250 crores in 22-23. Exports in 2022-23 include bituminous coal worth over 90 crores and paperboard worth more than 44 crores. Ayurvedic medicines and bakery machines or machinery accounted for over 3 crores respectively. India's ambassador to the US, Taranjit Singh Sandhu, attended the event titled Ramayan Across Asia and Beyond at the US Capitol Hill in Washington, D.C. Speaking at the event, the Indian ambassador said that Ramayan is a bridge across geographies and touches people, or rather teaches people about the complexities of human relations.
The Ramayan is also a bridge across geographies. Stories from the epic are well known in many countries across Indo-Pacific, from Cambodia to Indonesia, from Thailand to Laos. The epic has been reimagined, retold, included in the artistic, literary and religious traditions of various societies, incorporating their unique cultural nuances. The International Ramayan Festival, where many different versions of Ramayana from across the globe are performed and honored.
Indian American Congressman Sri Thanedar, who also attended the event, spoke about the importance about it, and also speaking over the Ram Mandir, the Indian American said that the inauguration of the Ram Mandir means a lot and is a pride of every Indian.
It's historic, and it's a pride for every Indian to see that temple built. I have seen pictures of it, and they are spectacular. You know, through Ramayana and the epic, we bring people together. This is a cultural bond that we have it with like-minded people. And now we see Ramayana is been appreciated all over Asia-Pacific region with 15 different countries. It is practiced. And Ramayana brings to us, it's more than epic. It is the value system.
Well, across India, a transformative movement is gaining momentum. Viksit Bharat Sankalp Yatra, the largest ever outreach initiative by India's government, is bringing the promise of empowerment and a brighter future to the doorstep of all Indians. The program camps are being organized in all 5 assemblies of India's western state of Rajasthan's Chittorgarh district. People coming to the camp are getting the benefits of major schemes of the central government. Beneficiaries have also got the benefit of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, under which they have their own permanent roof today. The program also reached India's state Uttar Pradesh's Hathras district with the aim of providing benefits of government's welfare schemes to the people. The common man was informed about the schemes being run by the government. Along with this, pledge was taken by the people. Well, Asian stocks climbed before the crucial US inflation data impacting potential Fed decisions, while the approval of Bitcoin ETFs in the US boosted the crypto market. MSCI, that's Asia's Pacific Index, that rose by 0.8%, ending a 7-day decline. Japan's Nikkei hit a 34-year hike, up 1.9% at 35,085. Positive sentiment extended to Europe, with Eurostar 50, German DAX and futures showing gains. E-mini futures for the S&P 500 also increased by 0.18%. On Thursday, Indian stock markets were in the green, mirroring a recovery in the Asian markets. Investors are keenly observing quarterly results and the crucial US inflation data reports for insights into potential interest rate movements. At noon, the Sensex was up 0.17%, hovering close to that 71,800 mark, while Nifty saw a 0.2% increase to reach over 21,650 points. Still to come on DD India News Hour. India fine-tunes preparations for the 2024 T20 World Cup with a series against Afghanistan. Novak Djokovic and Iga Swiatek confirmed as top seeds for the first Grand Slam of the year in Melbourne.
Voice of a rising aspirational world. Stories of challenges, struggles and accomplishment. A world battling conflict, hunger and poverty. Embracing growth, development, science and technology. A voice of progress, a voice of unity. Watch Voice of the Global South with me, Akshay Dongre, only on DD India.
You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Anil Thomas. Time now to get you all the updates from the world of sports. We've got Deepika standing by. Deepika, good afternoon. Take it over.
Good afternoon, Anil. Let's first talk about what's happening in the world of cricket. Well, India will take on Afghanistan in the first of the 3-match T20 international series in Mohali on Thursday. But both the sides are bereft of their star players. While India's batter Virat Kohli would be unavailable for the first match due to personal reasons, Afghanistan all-rounder Rashid Khan has been ruled out due to an injury. We've got a report for you. Take a look.
India will face Afghanistan in the first of the 3-match T20 series in Mohali on Thursday. Both the sides have lost star players due to different reasons. While India's batsman Virat Kohli would be unavailable for the first match due to personal reasons, he will be back for the second and third games of the series. On the other hand, Afghanistan all-rounder Rashid Khan will miss the series as he needs more time to recover from a lower back injury that required a surgery. Afghanistan's spin attack will be led by Mujib-ur-Rahman, Mohammad Nabi, while Noor Ahmed, Qais Ahmed and Sharafuddin Ashraf will share the burden. Afghanistan's most recent assignment was a 2-1 T20 international series win over the UAE. Afghanistan will be keen to build on their gains from the 2023 ODI World Cup. They will play 9 T20 internationals between now and the T20 World Cup. Meanwhile, India's coach Rahul Dravid confirmed that Rohit Sharma and Yashasvi Jaiswal are the first choice openers. With Virat Kohli not available for the game, Shubman Gill could bat at number 3. The series marks the final leg of India's preparations for the T20 World Cup in 2024. Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli are back in the T20 international squad for the first time since India's semi-final loss to England in 2022. Batsman Suryakumar Yadav and Hardik Pandya are injured, while Jasprit Bumrah and Mohammad Siraj have been rested. It will be interesting to see what the Indian playing 11 would be like. Indore and Bangalore will host the second and third T20 internationals on January 14th and 17th. Sports Desk, TD India.
Moving on to soccer now, Barcelona coach Xavi Hernandez hopes winning the Spanish Super Cup. That will be the turning point that revives their La Liga title challenge. Osasuna faces Barcelona in the semi-final of the Spanish Super Cup on Thursday. Barcelona are third in the table, which is 7 points behind the leaders Real Madrid, and needs a lift after a sobering home La Liga loss to Girona last month. Osasuna are 12th in the league and have not beaten Barcelona since 2020. The Super Cup final will take place on Sunday.
It's for the title. There are no small titles to us. A title is a title. Last year we won 2 titles and one was the Super Cup. We won it in style, playing extraordinary soccer in the final, and this was marvelous last session. So you have to go after that click, as I call it. It is another title and we want to get to the final and win it, but step by step.
Osasuna coach Jagoba Arrasate says his side will try to seize a historic moment as they face Barcelona in the semi-final of the Spanish Super Cup.
Yes, it is something historic for the club, and that's how we look at it. It's like a continuation of last year, and I want to thank the players who helped to make it so that we can be here now. And now that we are here, we have to go for it. We know it is a short competition, 2 matches against amazing opponents, but that does not take away from our hope to win.
Moving on to tennis, Novak Djokovic and Iga Swiatek have been confirmed as the top seeds in men's and women's singles category at this year's Australian Open. The Australian Open will be held from the 14th till the 28th of January. World number 1 and 10-time winner Novak Djokovic leads the men's group, followed by Carlos Alcaraz. Djokovic has a 42-0 victory-loss record so far. On the other hand, Russia's Daniil Medvedev, the 2-time runners-up, and Italy's Yannick Sinner have also been seeded 3rd and 4th. In women's singles category, defending champion Aryna Sabalenka is currently the 2nd seed behind world number 1 Swiatek. Now, last year's runner-up Elena Rybakina and defending US Open champion Coco Gauff are the 3rd and 4th seeds at this year's Australian Open. Police officers paraded on an open top of the buses through Paris to urge the authorities to accelerate the talks about labour conditions and pay during the 2024 Olympics to be held in the French capital. Police unions have already called for an 18th of January strike to voice their discontent ahead of the Games. Starting in late July, the Olympics are set to put further strain on Paris's workforce amid heightened security threats and chronic staffing shortages at police, hospitals and public transport. Now, some 30,000 police officers and soldiers will be mobilized to secure the opening ceremony scheduled to take place on the 26th of July, when some 600,000 people are expected to watch the athletes and the delegation sail along the Seine River. So that was a quick wrap from the world of sports. Back to you.
Well, thank you, Deepika, for that quick update there from the world of sports. Well, it's time for me to say goodbye. But before saying goodbye, I leave you with a thought. This is hundreds of hip-shaking, wig-wearing Elvis Presley fans who commenced their yearly journey in the Elvis Festival in remote Australia. At Sydney Central Railway Terminal, the revellers wearing jumpsuits covered in Diamantes shook, rattled and rolled to some of Elvis Presley's best hits. Well, it's now or never, Elvis Presley's track. On that thought, I leave it here. That's all in this edition of DD India News Hour. But let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. You can connect with us on Facebook, X, and also Instagram. You can visit our website, ddindia.co.in. We're going to be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I am Anil Thomas from all of us here in Delhi. Thanks for watching DD India News Hour.